combination of European Championships and a World Cup round this. East Germany leading the 2 Swiss bobs after 3 runs. The British #1 bob didn't have a good series, but we join it with the British #2 bob, driven by Stan Tout. Commentary by Tony Gubber.
And Stan Tout, the driver of Great Britain, too, well aware that the American sled, which is ahead of him in 6th place, will be knocked out when the European Championship positions are decided. Gets away in 5.38, so he gets away quickly again. These big, strong boys from the Tank Regiment. Lenny Paul, David Armstrong. And the former British long jump competitor Colin Rattigan, the brakeman at the back. And you can see the amount of effort and energy that these 4 men are putting into this. Certainly a lot of pride at stake between the 2 British sleds, and Great Britain 2 pleasantly surprised to be ahead of Great Britain 1. Wonderful names that they have for the bends here at Cervina. Passaggio, Labyrinto, Azzurra and Bianca, which is where he's coming through now. Round the right-handed arrival bend. And that's pretty slow. And that's the slowest run, in fact, for Stan Tout. 1 minute 3.27, total time of 4 minutes 12 seconds. We'll ignore the first place because all the other sleds have got to go, and Tout will be disappointed. The hunched and powerful figures of the crew of Switzerland 2 in bronze medal position and away in 5.41. Well, the Swiss have been very consistent throughout this competition. They were in 3rd place after the first 2 runs, still in 3rd place, and now with this final descent, trying to hold on to that bronze medal place. Quickest at this stage. Bright sunlight, which will be just beginning to melt the surface of the ice and make the run a little bit slower. 1 minute 2.47 then, and a total time of 4 minutes 10.21 for Switzerland 2, which will be certainly good enough to keep them in the bronze medal position, and they'll have to see what the others can do. Now, what sort of a medal is it here for Ralf Pichler in Switzerland 1? Consistently second behind the East Germans. But he's got to make up 0.13 of a second on the East Germans on this run if he's to dislodge Hoppe from top spot. 5.37 on the left is the quickest push start that we've seen on this 4th descent. And Pichler's crew get him away in a time equal to that. Quite big bends here at Cervina. This is a track which the bobsleigh crews say they like. Indeed, St. Moritz, which is a natural track cut in the ice, and this one are probably the 2 most popular tracks on the whole circuit. They much prefer these to the artificially frozen ones. 1 minute 2.35. That's a very good time by Pichler. Only 0.04 of a second slower than the track record set by Hoppe. That puts him in 1st place, but he'll have to wait now at the bottom and see what Hoppe can achieve. And you can be certain that the East German pocket calculators have been out, and Wolfgang Hoppe will know that he's got to get inside 1 minute 2.48 seconds to hold on to the gold medal place. Start time 5.39, so he's 0.02 of a second slower than the quickest we've seen. As the crew tuck down as small as possible behind Hoppe. And this push start is one of the very few things that can actually be practiced and rehearsed during the summer. And it's a little bit of ballroom dancing. Dainty footwork and then down as tight as possible behind the driver. So there's about a mile of descent for Hoppe to negotiate. That target time is certainly something that he can achieve. He set the new course record of 1 minute 2.31 on his first descent. Doesn't need to get anything like as quick as that. Just over a second to play with. And he's quicker. This is the gold medal run by Hoppe. 134.5 kilometres, 1 minute 2.39, so he's well inside the target of 1 minute 2.48, a total time of 4 minutes 9.49 seconds, and these Germans take the gold medals. This European four-man championship has been a big disappointment to the Soviet #1 sled. They were in 8th place after the first run, but had a disastrous second descent. Get away there in a start time of 5.40. And that second run, when they only clocked a time of 1 minute 6.22 seconds, dropped them out of the top 10. They've since managed to claw their way back, and on this fourth and final descent, begin it in 10th place, and this is one of the crews threatening to get ahead of the British sleds. Depends what sort of a run Poikians can do here. Oh, this is better by the Soviets. Sharply off the finishing bend, 1 minute 2.44, the quickest run then for the Soviet #1 sled, and that has moved him from 10th to 6th place. And so the Soviets going ahead of the British sleds. East Germany won, take the gold medal. Switzerland won the silver. Switzerland 2 the bronze. And Great Britain 2 are 9th. Great Britain 1 11th. And those positions will improve when we take out the American and Canadian sleds from this European Championship.
Yes, the final European position showed Britain, in fact, in 8th and 9th, with those Canadians and Americans not involved, of course, in this competition.